Hello students, welcome to Nilachal Polytechnic. In previous class, we are studying about the transmission of power by a shaft. We have to derive the formula for power transmission by the shaft. Let us consider the shaft is rotating with the speed of n rpm, means number of revolution per minute. If you are taking to consider as per second, then you have to calculate n by 60. During rotational motion of the shaft, the angular velocity will be calculated. We know that power is equal to force into velocity. So we have to calculate torque transmission by the shaft. Already we have got that the angular velocity of the shaft is obtained as omega, and that is equal to 2 pi n by 60. So if you are going to calculate the value of power, P is equal to T into omega. So T into 2 pi n by 60. So we are getting the value of power is equal to 2 pi n t by 60. The unit we are going to use as kilowatt or watt. If you are going to consider as horsepower, then 1 HP is equal to 736 watt. That is 736 Newton meter per second. While solving problem, we have to remember the torsion equation T by J is equal to tau by R is equal to G theta by L. And another is that power transmission is 2 pi n t by 60. Polar moment of inertia is equal to pi by 64 d4. Next, we'll go for calculation about sum of the power transmission by the shaft. Now, let's do some problems. As shown in this slide, there is a problem. What is the maximum diameter of the solid shaft which will not twist more than 3 degree in a length of 6 meter when subjected to a torque of 12 kN meter? What is the maximum shear stress induced in the shaft? Take G is equal to 82 gigapascal. From this above problem, the diameter of the shaft we have to find out. Angle of twist means theta is equal to 3 degree. You have to convert it into radian. So we have to multiply pi by 180 with the 3. Now that is 3 pi 1 by 80 radians. Length L is equal to 6 meter. That is, we have to convert into mm. So 6000 mm. The torque is transmitted by the shaft. It is given as 12 kilonewton meter. So 12 into 10 to the power 6 Newton into mm. The modulus of rigidity G is equal to 82 gigapascal. We have to convert it into Newton per mm square. Now we get 82 into 10 to the power 3 Newton per mm square. Our aim is to find out diameter of the shaft and shear stress. There is a expression that L given to you, theta given to you, T given to you. From torsion equation, we have T by IP is equal to G theta by L is equal to tau by R. First of all, we have to go for finding out that what is the two equation. One is T by J is equal to G theta by L and T by J is equal to tau by R. Let's go for the first two expression as T by J is equal to G theta by L. Now we got that TL by J is equal to G theta. So J is equal to TL divided by G theta. Now putting the value of T and L, we can have 12 into 10 to the power 6 into 6000, 82 into 10 to the power 3 into 3 pi by 180. After calculation of the above expression, we can get J is equal to 16.7695 into 10 to the power 6 mm cube. From this polar modulus, we can find out the value of diameter. So, for a solid circular shaft, polar modulus or polar moment of inertia J is equal to pi d4 divided by 32. So, that is equal to already obtained as 16.7695 into 10 to the power 6 mm cube. Now, we can take 32 into 16.7695 into 10 to the power 6 divided by pi. So, d4 can be expressed as d, then 4th root of 32 into 16.79 into 10 to the power 6 divided by pi. We can get diameter as 114.32 mm. So, if you are going to find out radius, then r is equal to d by 2. So, that is 57.16 mm. This is your first expression. We can get the value of diameter or radius of the shaft. Next, we have to go for calculation of next one is equal to maximum shear stress. So, for maximum shear stress, we have to remember the formula for torsion equation T by I J is equal to tau by R. Now, we are getting tau is equal to capital T into R divided by J. So, putting the value of capital T as 12 into 10 to the power 3, R as 0.5716 divided by J, already you have got in earlier expression 16.7695 into 10 to the power 6. We can get shear stress as 40.903 Newton per mm square, or we can convert it into megapascal. So, 1 Newton per mm square is equal to megapascal. So, shear stress value is 40.903 megapascal and diameter is obtained as 114.32 mm. Go for another problem that for a hollow shaft 3 meter long transmitted a torque of 25 kilonewton meter. The total angle of twist in this length is 2.5 degree. The corresponding maximum shear stress is 90 megapascal. Determine the external internal diameter of the shaft if G is equal to 85 gigapascal. From the above expression, we have got that length L is equal to 3 meter, that is 3000 mm, and torque transmission is equal to 25 kilonewton per meter. So, that is 25 into 10 to the power 6 Newton mm, and capital G is equal to 85 into 10 to the power 3 Newton per mm square as gigapascal, and theta is equal to 2.5 degree, means we have to convert into radian. So, 2.5 pi divided by 180 radian. Shear stress tau is equal to 90 megapascal, we can convert into Newton per mm square. So, 90 Newton per mm square. We have to find out the external and internal diameter. So, the external and internal diameter can be obtained from the two expressions. One is yours from the polar moment of inertia, another is from the formula for the shear strength. Now, go for the calculation that what is the value of your section modulus, or that is equal to polar modulus. Now, we have to assume that the external diameter R is equal to D by 2 and section modulus can be used as pi d4 minus d4 divided by 32. Now, from torsion equation tau by J is equal to tau by R is equal to G theta by L. tau by r is equal to g theta by L can be taken as, now r is equal to g theta by L so tau L divided by g theta. Now put all these values are given to you. So tau is equal to 19 to 10 to the power 6, L is equal to 3, G is equal to 85 into 10 to the power 9, and theta is 2.55 divided by 180. So R is equal to D by 2. So diameter is equal to 0.1456 meter. Now we'll go for finding out the value of your internal diameter and external diameter. So it is external diameter is already obtained from the formula for shear strength. Now next one is your J is equal to TL by G theta. So J value is pi d fourth minus d fourth divided by 32 is equal to TL by G theta. So we can have put the value of T as 25 into 10 to the power 6, L as 3000 and theta as 2 pi by 180 and G as 85 into 10 to the power 9. We can have find the value of diameter as 0.1456 meter and D is equal to 0.125 meter. Now next content is that we have already studied that there are two types of shaft which can be used to transmit the power. One is hollow shaft, another is your solid shaft. In case of hollow shaft, we are having two types of diameter. One is internal diameter, another is outer diameter. Now we have to find out that whether solid shaft is sufficient or hollow shaft is sufficient for the transmission of power. Which one will be choosable between the two shafts? As shown in the figure, there is a circular cross section of the shaft. These are the vertical axis, this is the horizontal axis. From center to surface line, it is radius r. Now we have seen that the shear stress is gradually increasing from center to that of the outer fiber. In this way, there is a inclined line is obtained from the center. So along the radius, the value of shear stress is increasing. Now you have to see that at point 1 it is less, at point 2 it is more, then point 3 more. So at the final point or at the outer fiber, the shear stress is 0. So we have seen that at the center it is small and at the center the torque transmission will be also small. And if it is a hollow shaft, then during that time it is not much decrease in capacity of bearing torque but decrease in mass. So in case of hollow shaft, we are using the packaging between the internal and external diameter of the shaft, and whatever much amount of any deformation takes place in the shaft, if the outer part is not sufficient to take up the load, then we can use the hollow portion for the power transmission. As shown in the figure, there is a hollow shaft. The T is the power torque transmission by the hollow shaft. We are having, there are two types of radius. One is outer radius. This is your internal radius. This is the internal cross section. This is the outer cross section. Now we have seen that if you are going to calculate the shear deformation, this is your internal radius, this is the outer radius from the side view. So the stress distribution will be from center to outer surface, it is maximum. Gradually the load value is increasing. Now we have seen that for the torque transmission we can written as equal to from output to inner radius, there is a radius of tau is equal to 2t divided by pi rq out 1 minus n, where n is known as your radius in by radius out. So we can have torque transmission as integration of rho into tau into rho into d, and it is rho q into dp, integration r into r out, we can get it.